What is up, homies? Christian back at it again with another Twin Sons action figure close-up, and today I have for us Clone Commander Fox. Now, I remember actually having this figure back when I was a kid in the 3 3/4 inch line. Colors weren't quite exactly, but the gist of the figure was the same. So let's take a look at him. The front, got that Gregory Titus artwork, Clone Commander Fox. This one was a GameStop exclusive, I believe, so he's not numbered. On the back, we have his little bio. Commander Fox led the Coruscant Guard, an elite clone trooper unit assigned to serve as peacekeepers on the Galactic Republic capital. More of the Gregory Titus art. Legalese. And on the side, we have Clone Co. But enough of the packaging. Let's see what we came here for, right? And here we have him out in all of his Clone Commander glory. And Hasbro did a really great job on this figure. This is actually my first time ever with the Hasbro Clone Troopers. I don't know how much is reuse compared to the previous ones, but they did some solid work here. Let's get up close now. The paint app is amazing. I love how they really dirtied up his shoulder pads. Chest, you can see it's got some like dirt and dust and like mud speckled on it on the chest here. It's even on his helmet, it's all over his helmet. And did not forget the legs. His feet look like they've been walking through some grass, some dirt and stuff. It's got all over his shins. The back of him was left, unfortunately, just sort of plain. So, I mean, they still hit it up with that great paint app. It's a nice red. The whites here are crisp. I actually can't tell if it was molded in white and then painted red, or molded in red and then they painted the white on. That's how good a job they did. His little grenade canister is painted red on his white belt. The sculpt work here is fantastic. Put little divots and detents all over his belt. It's got some nice sharp edges. Like a curved edge on this one, a little sharper of a corner on here. It's kind of hard to tell on video. I wouldn't say sharp, like it's not a hard angle. You can tell that maybe it's just a paint application, but it seems different. The helmet looks great. Put a paint app up here as well. They could have skipped that, but they really went all out on that one. We've got the divots in on the side. The divots on the front of the helmet are not actually molded on. They're just painted on. But the mouth grill divots are actually sculpted on, as well as his visor is sculpted as well. This side, they have a comms antenna, I would assume that is. And to be honest, I don't know what this is, but I would assume maybe some sort of flashlight, like a headlamp. So, nice sculpt work there on a little comms pad there. Kind of wish they painted it up a little bit. You could always go with a brush yourself though. And they got a really nice soft goods skirt here. Hasbro did a really good job with this skirt. They've really been stepping up the soft goods game lately. They used to not be too impressive, but these past few figures have been really nice. Just lays very naturally. Let's take a look at his articulation. For the head, doesn't go up at all, goes down, side to side. A little bit of a swivel. Shoulder pads. Now lately Hasbro's been doing a soft plastic shoulder pad. Here it doesn't seem like it's a soft plastic at all. It's a hard plastic. So it kind of backtracked on that a bit. Gets up to almost 90. But you gotta make that shoulder pad stick inside of his chest armor. It does have a bicep swivel. Just go all the way around. He does have double jointed elbows, but no fault of Hasbro, the way the armor is designed, it hinders him. Gets up barely just above 90. No forearm swivel. The right wrist is the standard up and down for the weapon shooting. And his left arm is exactly the same. This one I'm having a little harder of a time getting that shoulder in there. But they're the same, so if you play with it, you will be able to get it in there, like on the right one. Almost looks like maybe it drops down a bit. No. Shoulder does move up and down just maybe like a millimeter. But other than that, the arm will have the exact same articulation, except for the wrist. Hasbro always does the weapon holding hand, side to side. And for the waist, he's got a swivel. Little bit of crunch forward, a little bit of lean back. Just a little bit. But again, he has an armor, and I feel like this armor would not really allow for too much more of a crunch than that, because it's the two pieces of the armor hitting each other, as well as the belt preventing it. Hips do not really come out at all, but again, it's sort of this armor. The fact that he has holsters on the side prevent this movement. He does have a thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Does not get to his own booty, but it's good enough. And he's got the Hasbro rocker ankles, which always rock. So overall, the articulation is pretty decent, especially for a figure in armor like this. Gets the job done. You can probably get most of the poses you want. Can look pretty natural, kneeling down. And you can get the gun up in there. And speaking of guns, let's go over his guns, shall we? Because he does come with quite a few. He comes with the standard clone rifle. And once again, I do not know the names of pretty much any of these guns, so I'm sorry about that. Sorry about the camera. My hardware has been very wonky lately. I'm sure you guys have been able to tell. Can never get it to stay straight. But this gun, very well detailed. You see up in here, they've sculpted in the grooves in the barrel, sculpted in some line work up here, some line work up here. I don't know what this is, if it's another flashlight or something, but sculpted all this in. They got some out dents on there. And the thing I really like about this, and I wish Hasbro did this more often, is they slapped, it looks like a dry brush of a metallic over this. So it looks like it was molded in black, and they slapped on a dry brush, and it looks fantastic. It looks very good. I love the way the light catches it. And in real life, it almost has a little glistening effect. Let's see how well he can hold it. So, slips into the trigger finger perfectly. And he holds it decently. Can't really get him on too well of a shooting pose. It's only been a few seconds of trying though. But this hand doesn't really seem to want to. Hold this. There we go. So it does hinder articulation, stops him from actually shouldering the gun very well. Popped out of his hand, as you can see. I'm trying to play with it here. So I mean, you can sort of get just like a firing from the hip, spraying into droids. Maybe like an execution style or something. But he's definitely not aiming very well with this gun. A little bit of a disappointment. He does come with this smaller gun as well. I also do not know the name of this one, I'm sorry guys. This one looks like it's got a folding stock, almost looks like a precursor to the E11. I'm sure it is, because you know, clones and stormtroopers. Because it's got like that folding bipod up here. Got a little magazine for his energy pods. Once again sculpted in the dents in here. It just looks really good. Iron sights look great on it. They also slapped on that beautiful dry brush on this one. Hasbro really needs to start doing this on all of their figures. Let's see how well he holds this one. Holds it well enough there. Slide it in there. And there we are. But once again, that articulation really just hinders him from being able to look down the sights of anything. He's always sort of just firing from the hip, which is pretty disappointing because, I mean, the clones don't fire from the hip. I mean, they can, but I like to imagine the clones, they're accurate, you know, they're always aiming down the sights, placing those shots perfectly on the droids, wasting away those clankers. He's sort of just mowing them down. But the gun does look fantastic. So I can kind of forgive it. But this is a clone commander. He doesn't use rifles or anything. He's a BAMF, you know? He has, and you guys know how much I love this, working holsters. Wanted to leave this a surprise for here. And they holster his pistols. Pistols do not have the sheen on them. They weren't hit up with the dry brush. A little disappointing. They hit up the other two guns. I don't know why they skipped on these. Sculpt work is fantastic. Got the dents on the top, some line work on the side. And I wanted to leave this to be a surprise. You guys know how much I love when they actually holster the guns. No, sometimes they hide holes in the back to attach rifles, but not on this one. Comes with 2 of these pistols. They fit very well into the holsters, and he holds them well. And I mean, for this, you don't even need to worry about aiming down sights. This guy just blasts droids away, you know? Running down, well, I guess he's stationed on Coruscant, so he's running through halls, you know? The left hand, because it was meant to hold the weapon barrel, doesn't hold the handgun as well. Having a hard time here. You know, I just like to show you guys that sometimes it can be frustrating. So I like to leave these parts in so you can see we all go through these frustrations when we're playing with these figures, you know? So that one, I'm a little afraid to stretch his hand out anymore to accommodate for it. But, I mean, if you angle your photos right, it'll look pretty natural still. Here, he's blasting away at the clankers, you know? Actually, it looks kind of nice because it looks like the recoil has actually brought it up a little bit on this one. So it's actually looking pretty natural. Handguns are easily my favorite of the weapons he comes with. I don't know why, there's just something about dual-wielding blaster pistols that's just so sick, you know? But yeah, so overall, Clone Commander Fox is a pretty good figure from Hasbro. I like him. I love the paint app. I think the dirtiness of the figure is probably my favorite aspect of it. I really wish they gave like more soldiers. I know they're coming out with that Mandalorian Stormtrooper soon that's dirtied up. I wish they gave us more soldier figures like this that were dirtied up. But yeah, overall, I recommend him if you're a fan of Clone Troopers. Let me know if you guys have them and what Clone Troopers you guys have in the comment section below. And until next time, may the Force be with you.